What's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna try not to play this game the whole stream because there's another game that I bought and I want to I'm gonna play that at some point. Just give me a second as I post on live. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the stream. Dang, what's race stage 2? Dang, I only did one stage? And I still gotta do another event? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm like, maybe after this event, I'll play that game. It's like Car Mechanic Simulator, but more challenging, I believe. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and get through this.
Got nothing to report. Good luck out there. Five, four, three, two, one, go. Caution, slowing, crest, jump, into, right 4 long over bumps, crest, left 4, 60, left 3, through dip, crest, right 3, through dip, crest, left 2, long over bumps, right 4, left 3, through dip, keep left, over crest, jump, and right 4, through dip, and left 4. Right 5, over bump, left 4 long, through dips, and left 3 over bump, right 4 over bump, right 6, and left 5 over bump, into right 6 through dip, right 5, and left 3 through dip, 60, right 5 bump, 60, right 6 over bumps, and left 5 long, over bumps, crest, bump, right 6, 130, turn, left 3, 80, left 5, 60, bump, left 5, 60, right 3 through dip, and left 5, left 6 through dip, into right 5 over bump, and left 6 through dip, into right 5 over bump, and left 6, caution, left 4 over crest, care, crest, right 3 through dip.
Hey, what's up, Fox?
2,
How's the day treating you?
left 4 over crest, 100, right 4 over crest, left 2, opens through dip, crest, dip, right 4 over crest, right 4 over crest, into left 5 through dip, into caution, right 4, keep right over crest, jump, 80, keep middle over big jump, 60, crest, 60, right 6, and left 5 over bump, into right 6 through dip, right 4, crest, left 3, long, over bumps, into crest, jump, 60, over.
Pretty good. Trying to play WRC 10U. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Right 4, and
I know I'm not gonna play this. I'm gonna like try to complete these events where these stages and then this other event, and then I'm gonna play this. It's like a car mechanic game called Wrench.
square left long,
Because there's Car Mechanic Simulator, and I think there was like Wrench is like the more challenging version of
left 4 over
like Car Mechanic Simulator, but it's its own game. It ain't from that same company.
through dips, left 5 over bump, right
But it's pretty much like Car Mechanic Simulator would be this, and then Wrench is supposed to be like Dirt Rally.
right 4 over bump, left 4 into right 2 long over bumps, crest, left 3 through dip, crest, right 3 through dip, left 6. Crest, 80, dip, right 6. Left 6. Crest, jump maybe, and right 6, left 5. Right 5. Left 4 over bump, right 3 over bump, and right 4 long through dips. Left 5 over bump, crest 60. Keep middle over big jump, 200. To finish. Alright, get her to the control. Hey, that went really well. Great stage, good work.
I should pick up WRC one of these days. What game did... No, that wasn't W. It was like some bike racing game. That game is not fun at all. I don't know why, like, with them bike racing games, they're all like, oh yeah, let's have it where it's like, you know, they hit a turn, they just fall off the bike and stuff. Like, I get you trying to be realistic, but I just think at times, like, it's not needed. Like, games just be too overly realistic. I like a game like this where it's realistic, but at the same time, like, they do add that arcade, like, video game element.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because I'm like, if I wanted something realistic, then I'll just go out and be a professional bike racer or rally racer. Like dirt bike games. No, this game was like, it was a, it's not dirt biking. It's like, how can I explain it? They pretty much, they got you like on roads and stuff. Like asphalt racing. So it's like just on like some like regular racing roads. But no, it was that. It's like Motor GP, and then there's this other one called Rims Racing. And both those games, in my opinion, it was just like they were dumb because you're constantly falling off the bike. Or I think in Motor GP, like, I couldn't even control the bike. Like, the bike wasn't even turning and stuff. So I'm like, well, then there's no reason to play this. And then with Rims Racing, I like MX games. I think I did play MXGP. I think that's the name of it. And I was like, nah, I remember when the first one came out, I tried playing it. And I was like, hey, why am I playing this? I'm glad at the time when I did get it, because I remember getting it on Steam, and at that time I think they had just issued out like the whole refund policy thing with their games, and so I'm like, oh, okay, cool, chill, I ain't gotta keep this game forever.
Left 4 over bump, right 3 over bump, and right 4 long through dips. Left 5 over bump, left 3.
Seem like fun games, but it's just when they have it where you falling off your bike left and right, I'm like, that's not fun. You know, if that's like the object of the game is falling off the bike, then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm winning. But if not, and it's about racing, I'm like, fam, focus on the racing.
And keep right over crest. 60, left 6. Crest, 80, dip, right 6. Left 6. Right 6. And left 5 over bump. Into right 6 through dip. Right 6. And left 5 over bump. Into right 6 through dip. Left 4 into right 2 long over bumps crest. Left 3 through dip. Crest, right 3 through dip. Crest 60. Keep middle over big jump 80. Left 3 through dip. Crest, right 3 through dip. Crest, left 2 long over bumps. Right 4. Right 4. And left 4 through dip. Caution, right 3 through dip.
Man, I talked on that before. I'm like, I don't like when games are too realistic. Like, visually, yeah, that's cool, that's chill. But, like, when they're just getting too overly realistic in the game, I'm like, okay, are you actually preparing me for something, or am I playing a video game? Like,
Left 6 through dip. Into right 5 over bump.
it's just, there's games out there where I'm like, I kind of avoid playing them. Unless I'm like playing them with friends, I'm like, okay, cool, like I know the game's gonna be fun, but If it's with randoms, I don't even play with randoms, so.
Turn, square left long. And left 4.
But I guess if I'm forced to play with randoms, then yeah, I'm like, nah, this ain't fun.
Right 5. And left 3 through dip 60. Right 5. Bump 60. Right 5. And left 3 through dip 60. Right 5. Bump 60. Right 5.
Yeah, I imagine that they are, but they're gonna have it where I'm falling off a bike left and right. I'm like, nah, I don't know about that.
Bump left 5 60.
I mean, I guess, like, you know, with other people, if they like it, they like it. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I don't ever see myself playing them games again. I think it was like, I don't know if I played the last 1 or 2, but I know I remember I did play, like, I think it was 1, 2, 3. I think 4 was when they came out with Pro. And after that, I'm like, any other ones they came out with, I didn't play it.
Right 3 over bump. And right 4 long through dips. Left 5 over bump. 150 over finish. All right, get her to the control.
I'm trying to think of some games that's just too overly realistic.
Perfect, good job, well done.
I don't like games where they got, like, they force you to talk with people too. Like, there's this one military game called Squad. Game looks fun. I own that game. That would just be a game I would have to, like, play with friends or something. But yeah, it's like that game is just that's another one of those games where I'm like, okay, like, you gotta understand at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of people at home playing video games. It's, you know, I'm not actually trying out for the military, so. Then there's like some racing games out there. It's like a Corsa Competizione. That game was fun. The times I was playing it, but I think last time I played that, I was like, it just ruined the fun out of that game.
2, 1, go. And left 5 over bump into right 6 through dip. Right 4 crest, left 3 long over bumps into crest jump 60 over bumps. Right 6 and left 5 over bump into right 6 through dip. Bump left 5 60 right 3 through dip and left 5. Keep right over crest, keep middle over crest, line through dip 80. Right 4 over crest. Left 2 opens through dip, crest, dip, right 4 over crest. Right 5 over bump, left 4 long through dips, and left 3 over bump, right 4 over bump, left 5, into right 4, and turn square right long, left 6.
Oh crap.
Left 6 through dip, into right 5 over bump, and left 6. Caution, left 4 over crest, hair, crest, right 3 through dip, tightens 2, crest, rocks outside, left 4 over crest, 80, left 4 over bump, right 3 over bump, and right 4 long through dips, left 5 over bump, right 5 over bump, left 4 long through dips, and left 3 over bump, right 4 over bump, right 6, and left 5 over bump, into right 6 through dip, right 4, and left 4 through dip, logs outside, caution, right 3 through dip, left 6 over bumps, right 5 long, logs outside, 80 over bumps, left 6, right 6, left 6, into turn, right 3, 80, right 6 over bumps, and left 5, long, over bumps, crest, bump, right 6, 60, right 5, over bump, left 4 long, through dips, and left 3 over bump, right 4, over bump, left 3, through dip, crest, right 3, through dip, crest, left 2, long over bumps, right 4. Caution, and left 6 over crests. Right 5 long, dip, left 5. left 5, 60, right 3, through dip, and left 5, left 4, into right 2, long, over bumps, crest, left 3, through dip, crest, right 3, through dip, right 6, 80, over bumps, left 5, long, keep left over crest, right 6, over bumps, 60, right 6, left 6, dip, 80, crest, right 6, left 3, through dip, keep left, over crest, jump, logs inside, and right 4, through dip, and left 4, right 4, and left 4, through dip, logs outside, caution, right 3, through dip, 100, keep middle over big jump, 60.
I'm alert. I want to stream. All right, Fox. Appreciate the alert.
Crest,
Enjoy the rest of your day.
right 6, and left 5, over bump, into right 6, through dip, right 6, and left 5, over bump.
Dang. And that sign is
into
strong.
Right 6, through dip,
We
right
good though.
6, left 6, dip, 80, crest, right 6, right 6, turn, square left long, and left 4, into right 5, left 4 over bump, right 3 over bump, and right 4 long, through dips, left 5 over bump, right 6, and left 5 over bump, into right 6 through dip, 150. Caution, slowing, crest, jump, into, right 4 long over bumps, crest, left 4, 60, caution, left 4 over crest, care, crest, right 3 through dip, tightens 2, crest, walks outside, left 4 over crest, 80, right 4, crest, left 3, long, over bumps, into, crest, jump.
Hey, what's up, Wholesome?
Over bumps,
How's the day treating you?
left 3, through dip, crest, right 3, through dip, crest, left 2, long over bumps, right 4, right 4, and left 4, through dip, logs outside, caution, right 3, through dip,
Legit just woke up, talking with one eye closed. Hey, I'm like that sometimes when I wake up in the morning.
and left 3,
Like one eye is still loading up while the other one is just wide awake for some reason.
left 6, through dip, into, right 5 over bump, and left 6, left 4, into, right 2, long, over
Like, it's
bumps,
hard waking
crest,
up in the morning.
left
It's like,
3,
especially
through dip,
like you just had like a good night's
right
sleep.
3,
Like
through dip, left 6, crest, 80,
that's why I kind of like waking
right
up like
6,
a couple of hours before I need to get out of bed, because I'm like, okay, I got time to like, you know, fully wake up, give myself some energy. Woke up because I got told food was here. Hey, I'm like, that's the reason to get up out of bed.
Through dip, into, caution, right 4, keep right, over crest, jump, 150, over finish. Alright, get her to the control. Awesome result. That was unbeatable.
I think this is the last. Is this the last event? No, they got me doing. Dang, man, it's a whole. I don't know why they have it where you gotta do like 3 events and then like 15 stages all together. I'm like, that is just too much, bro. After this or this stage, I'm like, I'm playing this car mechanic game, not car mechanic simulator, but another car mechanic game. My day's been pretty chill. Day's been pretty chill.
Hey, if we want to enter more prestigious competitions, we're
How's
gonna
the
need
snow
to get a good
been?
rank and go.
If it, are you talking in the game or in real life? Because I'm like, I don't know what you heard, but it has not been snowing out here in Washington.
3,
If it had been snowing in this month, I'd been like, nah, something ain't right.
caution, slowing, crest,
Alright,
jump,
yeah, bruh, it
into,
is
right
definitely
4,
not
over
snowing.
bumps,
I don't know what you
crest,
heard.
left 4, 60, left 6, through dip, into, right 5, over bump.
How do you forget that it's July? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, it says on your phone. Like, that's not something you forget.
Right 6, through dip,
I can understand you forget what day it is, but not a whole month.
and left 6, right 5, over bump, left 4 long, through dips, and left 3, right 4 over bump.
There's no really talking about snow and rain.
Left 4
Yeah, but like
to
even
right
then,
2.
I'm like, okay, I know it has to be like
Left
he's
3
talking about this
through
early
dips,
on in the
crest.
year or something. Like,
Right 3 through dips.
if I was saying that it was snowing now, I'm like, no, the world is ending. Like, ain't no way it's gonna be snowing in no July.
Crest.
If it snows in July, I'm like, I'm calling the government and being like, hey, what do you guys know that we don't know?
Way down on power. Right 6. Turn. Square left long. And left 4. Into right 5. Right 4. And left 4 through dip. Caution. Right 3 through dip. Right 4. Crest. Left 3. Long.
But the last time it did snow, it was pretty bad. Probably fries for me. Wait, what? What do you mean probably fries for you?
Over bumps. Right 6. And left 5 over bump.
I wasn't even going that fast to catch that much air.
Right 5 over bump. Left 4 long through dips. And left 3 over bump. Right 4 over bump. Left 4 over bump. Right 3 over bump. And right 4 long through dips. Left 5 over bump. Crest. Jump maybe. And right 6. Left 5. Right 5.
You said fries. Nothing. Bro, you
Caution.
you might want to fully wake up, man. It's like you out here saying some old random stuff.
Right 5 through dip into left 4 over crest. 150. Caution. Slowing.
Yeah, bruh, it's like you.
Right 4 long over bumps.
I get it. I understand. I'm like, I know I've had my moments where I woke up and been confused about stuff. That's all like when I be having to respond to messages early in the morning. Cause I'm like, I'm half asleep. People be wanting to talk and stuff. I think there was like one and only time where I was fully awake. Somebody messaged me early in the morning because it was a friend that I hadn't talked to in years. And they got back onto social media, and I was like, oh, dang. I'm like, hold on, let me talk to them real quick.
Left 3 through dip, crest, over finish to stop. Awesome result. That was unbeatable.
Is that it? That ain't that much. I'll live with that. Yeah, bro. They just got one too many events going on in this game. Alright. I play this new car mechanic game called Wrench. I don't think, it's not new. It actually, I think it came out like last year, but fix all this stuff up. I gotta go through this all over again? That's crazy. Why is he not? Why is the stuff not? Did I go through? Okay. View, use notifications. Okay. Grab a part, place a part. But it's like, what part do I grab? I don't know what part to like. I know this game gonna be hard. Back, I was getting my food. Hair, it's a little though. Like a blue. That makes no sense, awesome. It just didn't make no sense. I ain't gonna bother to like sit down and think about that one. Yeah, because it seems like it's a lot more. I already didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's put that there. Bro, I don't even know, like, what part to, like... Hold on. How do you connect a part? Did I do something? Visually inspect a part. Ah, visually inspect. Okay. Throw a part. Throw a part. Left shift and left. Okay. Move a part in the box. Oh, I gotta move all the parts in the box? Okay. Is it in there? So I guess it's in there. It's like, in real life, I just swiped all that stuff inside the bomb. I ain't gonna grab, like, each individual part. To the next station. Bro, I want a wrestling game where you build up your story like 2K. Imagine how funny it'd be for a year in W. Wrestling for $25, a slice of using these shows. Did they have a game like that? I could have sworn they had a wrestling game like that where they had it. You started off in the indie. Maybe I could be wrong. I honestly could be wrong. I thought they did have like a game like that. So the box can float. Okay. Dispose. I gotta dispose of all these parts. Okay, how do I... To my knowledge, and there has been. I thought there was. I guess not, but no, that would be. I don't think WWE would do some stuff like that though, because it's WWE. So if any, well, they honestly no, because I think they own OVW, so like they could do it if they really wanted to. But the TNA game was pretty fun in my opinion. Came back years ago. I never did play that. I remember my loyalty was with the WWE for the longest, so I never did get a chance to play that TNA Impact game. They don't go by TNA Impact. They go by Impact Wrestling now. Which is weird because I'm like, everybody's still gonna call you guys like TNA, and so. Okay, so how do I try? Okay. Pocket the parts. Bro, this is a lot, man. I'm like, dang. This is a game you definitely gotta have some time to play. I was not expecting to go through all this. For going from WTNA at the time, you're both good. Love seeing he came out a lot in there. I'm like, yeah, I think even I remember when Jeff Hardy, when he went to TNA, I was like, I did not watch it. I still just had my loyalty to WWE. Now I'm like with AEW, I'm like, no, WWE for the longest they were slacking. And then when AEW came out, I was like, wow, I was not expecting for it to be that good. Wait, what? Left shift and E. Wait, Q, pocket. Yeah, so I'm pressing Q. Well, I already know how this game's going. I ain't playing that. It's like if buttons ain't gonna be working properly, I do not mind going right back to Dirt 4. So, and if I ever want to play a car mechanic game again, I definitely have Car Mechanic Simulator. I ain't giving games like long periods of times and chances and all that stuff. I'm like, it's just a waste of time playing games, and it's like you tell somebody to do something, but it don't work. It's like, does that make any sense? So I ain't fooling with that game. Appreciate the lurk, Addie. Shout out to Addie, guys. Make sure if you haven't, go follow her. Wait, what? What are you talking about? It's been disconnected. You know of Abyss. I'm curious since he came out of TNA. That Modern Mankind. I heard of Abyss, but I don't think I've seen any of his matches. The names, it does sound familiar, but I'm like, I don't know who he was. But no, it's funny because on Twitter, somebody was like, there's this one wrestler, and he uses like a pizza cutter to cut up people's like foreheads and stuff. And they was all like, after they thought Brock Lesnar walked out of WWE, they was like, oh, this is WWE's chance to hire that guy to go up against Roman Reigns. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm like, Roman Reigns does not look like the type of guy to allow somebody to cut his forehead up with no pizza cutter. So I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm like, I wish I could go back and find that tweet so I could tell that person. I'm like, who do you think is behind WWE? Like,
we had that misfire in service. I don't know. I think you're going to notice that on stage.
I'm like, ain't no way they hiring that guy. That's like if they were to hire... Exactly. That's like if they were to hire that one black wrestler. That dude was crazy. That man was a straight up psychopath. New Jack. They're not gonna hire somebody like that. That's what I'm like, they gonna hire. It's funny, it's like they say that. I'm like, if anything, if Roman Reigns would have went up against anybody, I see him going up against Logan Paul before I see him going up against that wrestler. I can't even think of that dude's name, but he was just recently in AEW. Well, not recently. He was in there, actually. I think it was like sometime last year. He had a match, though, with that dude from Scream. Oh, man. What was that? I gotta look that guy's name up now, because that's gonna hurt my brain. Trying to figure out that guy's name. Okay. Scream. All I just gotta do is look up the movie Scream. David Arquette. Wrestling match. Loses death match. Nick Gage. That's that guy's name. Nick Gage. And they was all like, oh, this is WWE's time to hire him. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm like, I see myself getting hired into WWE before Nick Gage does. Not saying he's a bad wrestler. You know, the match that I did, I'd seen him in AEW. I thought it was a good match, but I don't see him in WWE. Unless they come back out with like ECW or something, and he's the general manager, but he definitely ain't gonna be doing no matches with nobody. But I'm like, who would have just allow? I'm like, nah, bruh. I'm like, we gonna do ourselves a regular old single match. I'm like, you definitely ain't cutting my head up with no pizza cutter.
Right 5, don't cut. Right 5 and right 4. Post outside 60. Right 3, don't cut. Into left 4 long over bumps. Caution ahead into right 5, 150. Right 4 long.
To a car crash? Oh, yep.
Into left 6. Post outside. Left 3 long. Keep in 100. Right 6. Into left 4 long. Opens. Keep in. Don't cut. 150. Keep right over crest. 110 over bumps. 60.
Feel like I do it, but I definitely gotta get a bonus for that pizza cutter. I wouldn't. I would not do no stuff like that. I can understand if I get like cut up by accident, and I'm like, okay, it's, you know, it's by accident. I'm not gonna be mad at somebody, but it's like if you go and get, that ain't no different from when that New Jack guy was pulling out a knife stabbing people. It's like I signed up to wrestle. I ain't signed up to get cut with no pizza cutter or get stabbed. I'm like, bro, this is wrestling. I'm like, this is not no prison riot. I'm like, I wouldn't do it. I don't think anybody in their right mind, unless they like that dangerous type of wrestling, then I'm like, alright, then that's on them. But Roman Reigns does not look like the type of person that would be having a match like that. He only be having, I can't remember the last time I seen him in a ladder match. And now you think you're going to go up against a guy that be cutting up people with a pizza cutter? I'm like, come on, bro. It's like we were talking on WWE. They just recently changed their ratings to TV 14, not TVMA, TV 14, meaning that we're now making it for teenagers. It's true. She presses. Exactly. I'm like he is like WWE's biggest asset. I'm like, the last thing that they're gonna do is put him in harm's way for some ratings. That's why they dragging out this Brock Lesnar match. If that was they had this match like 10 times this year. But they're all like, nah, let's just have it like once a year or something. But they don't have him going up against like, no top tier like wrestlers. Not so much wrestlers on the same level as him, but they just ain't got him out there doing no dangerous stuff. Like, what else? When has he ever did like a thumbtack match or had thumbtacks involved in a match? He hasn't even done no stuff like that. Like last time he got hit with a chair was when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield. I'm like, Roman Reigns does not look like a dangerous individual. Even when he was like, they had when him and Seth Rollins, when they was, what pay-per-view was that they just wrestled at not too long ago, and he snapped and went crazy and was going off on Seth Rollins. I'm like, even he didn't do no crazy wild things to Seth Rollins. Like the way that they have Roman Reigns out to be, like he's this dangerous man, he'll like break you and all this other stuff, but he still ain't gonna be out there doing no dangerous stuff. Really interested to see WWE these coming months, see how it differs with Vince. I know, right? That's crazy. They pretty much, I honestly think that he was forced to retire. He's a control freak, I heard. It don't surprise me. I mean, it was his company. I'm like, it was his company, so it don't surprise me if he was a control freak.
awesome result.
But I think
That
if
was unbeatable.
what are you talking about? Vince McMahon in WWE. I don't know if you watch wrestling, but yeah. Recently, like the top dog of wrestling, he had to retire. He was like, I know people may say he's not, but I'm like, I don't know anybody else in the wrestling industry that can compete or can compare to him. Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. Don't forget that it was Vincent. He's named after his dad. So make sure you gotta add the Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. I don't think a lot of people know that. I heard about WWE, been a fan for a little bit. Okay, okay. Yeah, we were just talking about how Vince McMahon, how he had to retire because all that stuff he was going through. Yeah, it's like, because I don't think nobody really pays attention to his dad. Unless they've been like an OG like wrestling fan from back then. But other than that, like I don't think too many people know that he was named after his dad.
Left 6, 60. Right 4, tightens over crest. Into left 5, 60. Right 6, don't cut and bump. And left 4. And right 6. Left 6. And right 4. And bump. And left 6, don't cut. Left 5, don't cut. Into right 4 long.
But yeah, it's like all that stuff. But honestly though, like, how can that even be surprising to people that he was like sleeping around with some of the like female talents? Let's see. He wouldn't retire if they exactly. No, I was just talking about that. I was like, there's no way he would have retired. That man would have, like, because I think it was Chris Jericho that said that. And I believe that if it wasn't for these allegations, Vince McMahon most likely would have died working with WWE. He had been on his deathbed, still calling the shots, still making moves until he stopped breathing. But if it wasn't for these allegations, I honestly, yeah, he would have still been here. I mean, the man was just wrestling at WrestleMania, what, beginning of the year, a few months ago? It's crazy how, like, just in them few months, like, everything changed. But yeah, ain't no way he would have just upped and just retired. If he did, like, oh, trust me, they would have, WWE would have been blowing that up. They would have been doing, like, honoring shows. Old wrestlers would have been coming back for his retirement. They would have had a whole episode dedicated to him if he would have retired, like, without the allegations. Second he saw that stunner, he did. Sharon said, "Oh yeah, this last WrestleMania, yeah." I was like, yeah, that stunner. I was like, oh my, I was like, dang, it looked like the flop hurt more than the stunner. But he is up there in age. They was like, wait, if he's, yeah, because they was like, he's 77. I'm like, yeah, man, he can't be. Maybe if he had been like 57 or something, he probably would have sold that stunner a little bit well. But nah, he's 77 years old. He can't be doing, he can't be having like, you know, no, like selling, like, or selling a stunner like how he used to. All around, laughing, cringing at it. No, I was at home cringing at it. I understand for sure, but dang, it's 2. And no, you can't exactly, yeah. Cause I'm like that was a pretty bad stunner. I was like, ain't no way, bruh. I'm like, I could have sold a stunner better than that, but like I said, man, 77 years old, so see how Flair does at his age. Coming, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be wrestling for, cause it's a tag team match. So he probably gonna do like, you know, his signature Ric Flair stuff, and then after that, then, you know, either win or lose. But he ain't gonna be doing no like big giant like bumps and wrestling, you know, all that. Cause he's up there in age too, so I don't know why I always be like messing up on these turns.
Left 5, 60. Right
But yeah,
4
I'm like
through
Ric
dip.
Flair. I'm like
Keep
you
middle
know,
over crest. Left 5. Right 6.
he seemed like he was even struggling to do like guest appearances and stuff, and I'm like, now he's out here doing a wrestling match. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Alright, take her slow.
Not trying to disrespect him or anything, you know. I'm like, oh, he left behind like a great career, but like me personally, if I'm up there in age, I ain't gonna be doing no wrestling matches.
Hey, that went really well. Great stage. Good work.
I mean, he can still do it. He ain't gotta like wrestle though. Like I just feel like him wrestling is like, bruh, you just gotta relax. That's one wrestler I don't see trying to do no last match stuff is Hulk Hogan. All the stuff he got caught up in. I'm like, if there's any wrestler that got the Chris Benoit treatment, it's him. Like he'll do guest appearances, but
I think we got
overall
everybody
they ain't
so
trying to have
should
him
be
do
in
no
for a good run.
match.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 110 over bumps, 60. Right 5, keep left over crest, jump maybe. Left 4 through dip, 60. Don't cut. Right 5. Right 5, keep left over crest, jump maybe. Left 4 through dip, 60. Right 5, 100. Right 4 long, tightens, keep in, don't cut.
But yeah, what was it he did? Oh yeah, he said like some racist stuff.
6, 60.
And there's like Hulk Hogan. After that, his career, I think when he did some apology things and people were a little bit more forgiving, then they had him come back, I think, what, that WrestleMania? But after that, it was like, nah. It's like, you know it's bad when you getting booed, and it's like, even in wrestling, they just, you know, they ain't trying to see them. It almost makes you want to feel like sorry for him, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, you know, you can't be saying some racist things and thinking you're gonna get away with it.
Right 4 through dip. Keep middle over crest. Left 5. Right 5 and right 4. Post.
Then who was it? I think it was a rapper. It was somebody that said that like that, but they removed him from the intro. Oh, that's messed up. I mean, if you get caught up saying some racist stuff, I'm like, look, when them allegations with Ric Flair came out, they took his woo thing out of the intros. Watch this intro so you know it's messed up if you get taken. Yeah. Yeah, they was like, but they recently added back Ric Flair's woo, so. And then they was like, they removed both Sasha Banks and Naomi. I don't know if Naomi was in the intro thing, but Sasha Banks, they took her out because that whole walkout thing she did. Now, if I'm gonna feel sorry for anybody, it's definitely gonna be Sasha Banks and Naomi. I definitely feel like that the treatment that was given to them was not right. I'm like, you got two of the biggest, like, you know, female talents in WWE. Like, and Sasha Banks, in my opinion, was like, she's like the Roman Reigns in the female division. And you mean to tell me it's like you guys are just gonna let her leave like that? I'm like, nah, WWE, with Stephanie McMahon being in charge, she better try to get Naomi and Sasha Banks back. I personally don't see... Okay. Dang.
And left 6 and right 4 over crest 150.
Whatever. That's gonna end that whole situation. I personally don't think I'll restart it. I personally don't think Sasha Banks and Naomi are gonna go to like any other wrestling company. Well, then again, I don't know.
Go. 110 over bumps 60.
I drink, bro. Then you shouldn't have no drinking no rally car. It's like that's you can't even drink none. These guys got like helmets on and stuff.
Right 5. Right 5. Keep left over crest. Jump.
But I can see them going to Impact. I feel like Impact is a solid show. I feel like they can use the talent. And I feel it'd definitely be like a moneymaker for both Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Impact. So AEW, I personally don't see them going to no AEW.
And left 6.
And I feel like Impact, I don't know. I don't really know too much about the female division in Impact. Feel my mind if they went to AEW. That's the thing though, where it's like some of the crazy matches that they've had in AEW in the female division. I'm like, I do not see Naomi and Sasha Banks doing those matches. I feel like Impact would probably be a better fit for them because I don't see too many, you know, crazy female matches in there. I mean, if they're into that type of stuff, then they are, you know, and then they, you know, do what they want to do. But I see them either going back to WWE. I either see them going back to WWE or going to Impact. But AEW is just, that's too extreme.
Right 5, don't cut. And right 4, don't cut. 150. Right 3.
That is just way too extreme for them to.
Into left 6. Right 3, don't cut. Into left 4 long over bumps.
But then again, I'm like, there are some wrestlers in AEW where they're not having female talents that's not having those wild matches. Because what's that one girl's name? Like Jade Cargill or something like that, whatever her name is. But I haven't seen her do no crazy matches. Who else? But yeah, that like Dr. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa, I definitely don't see them going up against nobody like them.
Left 4, long, keep in, don't cut. 100. Left 6. And right 4. And bump. And left 6. Right 5, keep left over crest, jump maybe. Left 4.
I definitely don't see them going to Braun Strowman. He got like some, I think you told me about that too, where he got like his own wrestling promotion called Control Your Narrative. That was like I don't know about it, because I don't even think they even be doing nothing. It's like, how you gonna come out with a wrestling promotion and it's like nothing going on with it? This girl talking constantly and earpiece out. Like, is there a reason for why she's doing it, or? I had no clue. Yeah, Braun Strowman, he came out with some wrestling promotion called Control Your Narrative, but I heard it failed and flopped, so I definitely don't see them going to that. I don't care how good friends they are with Braun Strowman, they definitely ain't doing that. Sasha Banks could have been married to Braun Strowman, and I do not see her going to his wrestling promotion. That's somebody I forgot to like look to see what he said when the news came out about Vince McMahon retiring. Is that one old wrestler Ryback? I'm curious to see what he has to say about Vince McMahon retiring, because you already know it's gonna be some dumb stuff. What's up, old bug? God for WrestleMania, cause WrestleMania, cause that's how you get my I know I be checking out WrestleMania too. Like, besides those videos like top 10, like, you know, flops or botch matches or whatever. Now I be watching those news videos they be posting. I like how they have it where it's like, it'll be like chopped up so you can like skip to what part you want to see. Oh, I forgot, like with YouTube, no, you're not allowed to skip through videos. According to some people on YouTube, you gotta sit down and watch the whole video. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, WrestleMania, nah. That's the one wrestling channel I go to. I mean, What Culture Wrestling is good too, but no, I like WrestleMania. WWE Rivals, it did look interesting to me, but haven't sat down and watched it. WWE, right? Is that like, what is that, a TV show or something? Sound like one of them like mobile games that they come out with.
Right 5 and right 4, 60. Right 6 into left 4 long, opens, keep in, don't cut, 250. Right 4 long, keep in.
It's like WWE Rivals, now free to play in the App Store.
Maybe. Left 4 through dip. 60.
That's what that sounds like.
Right 5. Left 5. 60. Right 4 through dip. Keep middle over crest. Left 5. Right 6. Into left 4 long. Opens. Keep in. 130. Right 4 long. Don't cut. And right 6. Don't cut. 80. Right 5. Keep left over crest. Jump maybe. Left 4 through dip.
Does sound like an iOS game. Honestly, it does. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a card game or something. I'm like, what is it like? They just got like 2 different wrestlers and they like it ain't even like an actual legitimate wrestling match. It's just like a card with their statistics and you level up the cards. I swear that's a WWE. That's a mobile game.
Turn. Open. Hairpin right. Don't
I know they came out with a mobile game like that.
Left 5. 80.
Nah, it's just to talk about the greatest rivalries in history, like The Rock versus Austin and stuff. Oh, that sounds interesting. No, I haven't seen that.
Right 4.
Cena and Orton, I'm like, no, those guys, because that's when I started getting into wrestling, and I was like, hey, yo, them two really hate each other, and it's crazy. I heard they're the best of friends. The two in this show, yeah.
Left 5. 60. Right 4 through dip.
Yeah, it's like Orton and Cena. I honestly thought them two, like, I remember when I got into wrestling, and I honestly thought them two hated each other. I looked online, they was like, oh yeah, Orton and Cena are like best friends in real life. I'm like, that is crazy.
Left 4 long over bumps. Into right 5. Don't cut. 60. Right 5. Keep left over crest. Jump maybe. Left 4 through dip.
I honestly forgot about Randy Orton. I hope he's all right. I know they did say he had like a back injury and he's just, you know, he's out at the moment.
To finish. Okay, take it to the control.
Dude, Cena Orton was like Superman
Hey,
versus
hello,
any villain.
hello. Great stage.
Good guy
Good
versus
work.
bad guy. I know, right? One rivalry I didn't like I had liked it, but I didn't get to like see all of it was Batista and Undertaker. Because they were the whole reason why I even got into wrestling in the first place. So like that's a rivalry where I'm like, hey, that better be like the series finale of that show. Where it's like that's how they end that show off when they talk on them two. I'm pretty sure there was other rivalries in there that was better than Undertaker and Batista, but yeah, I was like that that rivalry was crazy. I still remember too, like the whole you know, the whole reason why I even got into wrestling. I still remember the first thing I seen in wrestling, and it was them two.
3, 2.
Batista spearing Undertaker off the stage. Stage collapses on them too. I'm like, hey yo, them dudes is dead. I know for a fact that they're dead. It was good. Best in the turn. Yeah.
And left 5.
I was talking about that not too long ago because I was saying I'm like how I think sometimes in WWE
Left 4 over crest.
that they can just go, or actually, you know it, no, that's what it was, but I don't think I fully recorded that episode because I had kept messing up, but I remember I was doing a podcast episode. I haven't published it yet. I need to like re-record it. But I was saying how I don't think it would be good if they were to hire Chris Benoit, his son, because he has a son from a different woman, and his son was trying to get into wrestling. And I know they were he was trying to get into WWE, but they turned him away. And I'm like, I personally don't think that would have been good. Because WWE, they like to bring up the past and say dark things. And then that's what I mentioned. I was like for an example, when Batista was like, he looked at Rey Mysterio, they were in the match or in the ring, and he yelled out, Eddie's dead. And I'm like, I know Batista was good friends with Eddie Guerrero. I don't know why they would have him say some stuff like that. Or when Paige had looked at Charlotte Flair and was all like, you know, the wrong sibling died, and like Charlotte Flair actually had like a sibling that passed away, and I'm like, why are they saying this? Like, what is the reason? And I already know right now, like if they were to hire Chris Benoit's son in the WWE, I can see that's messed up. Yeah, I can see right now. Hold on. I can see right now, a wrestler gets into it with Chris Benoit's son. And looked him in his face and like, maybe your father should have took you out too. And I'm like, see, it's stuff like that where I'm all like, WWE, it's funny how like they always bragging about being like for the kids, but I'm like, they do things like that. And I'm like, I don't I'm like, I don't think that that's normal to be doing that, so.
Into left 4 long, opens, keep in.
But yeah, I already know that they would say something dark to Chris Benoit's son. So that's why I'm like, I personally don't think that that would be good if they hired him. If they did, they just can't mention his dad. Because I'm like, honestly, because of what his dad did, but even in a disrespectful way.
Great stage, good work.
But I think they could have, it could have worked. I just think that the writers with WWE probably just didn't know. Because they know that they will obviously have to say, like, oh, he came from a wrestling background and all this other stuff. I think if they really wanted to, I think they could have made him into, like, a star. They could have very well, like, changed his appearance, changed his name. It's like if they really didn't want like that Benoit like, line behind them. But I feel like that would be kind of hard though. And then on top of that, it's like, you got the son himself where it's all like, hey, I want to honor my dad and stuff. Because they still talk about Chris Benoit being a good wrestler. And I'm like, ain't nobody saying he wasn't. It's just what he did. That's why people don't really be talking on that, him being a wrestler. Because I'm like, because of what he did, it's like, I mean, the man did, kill his family and stuff. So, like, I don't know how you can ignore that and then just, move on. So myself, it's like, oh, I really loved him while growing up. It was a good phase, but the stuff he did just horrific. Exactly. And people still, they always talk like, oh, they need to have him in the Hall of Fame. Feel bad about his... No, it's a messed up situation because, like, overall, like, I sat down... Like, at the time being, I was like, yeah, that guy, he's messed up. He should never get mentioned in WWE again. And I still kind of feel that way, but at the same time, it's like, this man was doing, like, he was having some, like, mental issues and stuff. I mean, you getting, like, slammed across your head and all this other stuff, and, Wait, what kind of... Hold on. How come they don't let me know, like, what kind of... What kind of upgrades can I do? This is weird. How are they gonna say they got upgrades, but it's like, what upgrades? But yeah, like with that Chris Benoit situation, I'm like, yeah, I know I can't remember who they was saying where they was all like, oh yeah, probably like years down the road they would like honor him, and I'm like, I honestly don't think they would. So I can't even do no upgrades. It's like, what's the reason? Plus, I got the game on easy. It's like, if I lose, then it's like, something ain't right. But... yeah, it's like, I don't think they would ever honor Chris Benoit in WWE. I mean, they don't even honor him in, like, other wrestling shows. Like, how come they don't talk about him in AEW or Impact? I'm saying, like, I don't think any wrestling company has talked on that man since of that incident. I think so. Too far. But yeah. That's, I'm like, maybe if he would have been like, like, oh, he got arrested for, like, disorderly conduct. Yeah, WWE would sweep that under the rug and just be like, okay, yeah, it was like that happened like years ago. We ain't gonna say anything about that. But like anything that involves you like hurting other people and you do it on purpose, I personally don't think that's that you could come back from that. Because let's say if it was like, let's say he didn't kill his family, but it was like a domestic violence situation or something. Yeah, they would have he would have got blackballed from wrestling. And I'm like, then what he actually did, it's like, why would you mention him? Like, I understand, you know, he was a very talented wrestler, but like, because of that stuff he did, it's like, I just don't think that he would get honored. But it's like how he did things, just add exactly. It's like stuff where it's like, I remember when I was a kid and I just heard that, you know, him and his family got, you know, they were dead. And then I heard that he killed his family, and then, you know, then he killed himself. And then I remember I actually sat down and read what he did. And I was like, oh, this guy was like, at the time being, when I was younger, I was like, oh, this guy is crazy. But then as I get older, I'm like, oh, I can tell he was suffering from something. I think it's like that one injury, it's like found a lot within football players, but CTE, and that's like when they have like this like brain damage. Because I think they said that one dude, that football player, Aaron Hernandez, I think they say he had that. And I think that was the same situation with Chris Benoit. Because wasn't one of his wrestling moves like he'll jump from the turnbuckle and slam his head on the wrestler, but at times he'll slam his head like directly into the ring. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you do that enough. Like, I promise you ain't gonna be right in the head.
Okay, eyes on the track. Lights about to go. Have a good race.
With Eddie's death is what kind of put exactly that too. You know, you lose somebody that you close with, it's like, yeah, that's definitely gonna have you, you know, losing it.
Go.
It's like there's been friends where I'm all like they died unexpectedly and stuff, and you know, yeah, it's, you know, that's those type of things that'll leave you depressed. I remember it was one of my friends, he got shot and killed on New Year's Eve, and this was somebody where it was like we wasn't as close as we were when we were younger. Like when we got older, we kind of like grew apart and stuff. But I do remember I was down. That was not a favorable New Year's Eve. You know, you seeing news articles of like a friend of yours that you grew up with this guy. Like this guy, he spent the night over at your house, like all this other stuff, and then you just look up one day and then you know, seeing people posting about his funeral and things, and it's like, nah, this ain't real. So I'm like, I can only imagine what was going through Chris Benoit's head, like when Eddie died, because from what I heard, they said like Eddie was his only friend. They was all like, Chris Benoit, I mean, he was chilled with people, but like Eddie Guerrero was like his true friend. Like that was like the one person he can count on in wrestling. I think even outside of wrestling. Yeah, they was all like he called up, I know they did say that like the days where he did those like horrific things, he called up his nephew, Eddie Guerrero's nephew, Chavo Guerrero, and was kind of like talking with him and stuff, and I'm like, that's just wild. Someone like that change. No, it does, and honestly it does. Like after that one friend that got killed, you know, they got shot and killed, I was just talking about like, I do not trust like parties. I don't go to any like parties with if I know random people are gonna be there. If it's like a party like amongst me, some friends, and you know, I'm like, okay, as long as it's just us. But if it's random people, I'm like, nah, bro. People always be trying to invite me to like random parties and things. I'm all like, okay, first off, I'm 25 years old. It's like I'm not a high schooler. I'm not my younger. I mean, I'm in my 20s still, but I'm like, I just, you know, the party stuff just ain't for me anymore. But yeah, I'm like, I just don't do parties. I remember there was one time I almost snapped on somebody for some stuff that they said to me about not going to parties, because they asked me like, how come I don't do parties? And I was like, oh, a friend of mine's got shot and killed at a party. So after that, I don't trust parties. And then they were asking me, they was like, you've never been to a party before? I'm like, did you not just hear what I said? I'm all like, violence can be at parties. I was like, do you not watch the news? Do you not pay attention to your surroundings? But it's like, I almost stopped being friends with that person after they said that stuff. I was like, hey, you know what? It was like, if we don't ever talk again, I'm like, I am completely fine with that. Because if you're like, you ain't going to have no respect for why a person don't want to go to a party and stuff, then it's like, why are we talking? Why are we friends? But I did get on them about it, though. I told them, I was like, okay, stuff like that. I hate when people don't accept your choice. Like, bro, why it bothers you? And it's like, exactly. But I did check them. I was just like, at the time being, I was just upset. I remember I just kind of like ignored any messages they would send me.
Okay, get a good start. Let's get your...
But I told them, I was just like, hey, yo, I'm like, stuff like that. I'm like, don't say things like that to me. I'm like, you keep it to yourself, or, you know, you just overall respect what I gotta say. But I'm like, I just told you, it's like a friend of mine's got shot and killed at a party. It's like, are you saying that it's okay to get shot and killed at a party? Because if so, I'm like, okay, why are we friends? You obviously don't care about your life. I care about my life, so.
Car inside.
It's funny how that same friend, they've gotten on me about things that I've said. I'm like, okay, I'm like, let's sit down and lay out the things that we've said to each other on the table. I'm like, you're getting mad at me about a post that I made on social media. A post that's not even offensive. A post that people had no problem. You're the only one that has an issue with it. Or you're trying to see the problems with it. And you just told me that I'm like, I gotta look at parties differently. After a friend of mine was shot and killed. I'm like, which one do you think is worse? That's why I just don't even like, you know, like nowadays I choose not to argue with people, because I'm like, people say things, I'm like, I can tell you ain't sat down and thought this one through, so I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, just, you know, just abandon the situation. It's like people, they try to like argue with me on social media, and I'm like, I just ain't got the time for it. Dang, is it like gonna start getting hot today? I know there was all like tomorrow, and I think they said next few days it's supposed to get hot. Is it 80? Dang, bruh. It's supposed to be alright. I'm like, I gotta make sure I gotta do everything I gotta do tomorrow. I am not trying to go outside, you know, 90-degree weather. So just letting y'all know, tomorrow I may be a little bit late with streaming, because I plan on going out, doing some things real quick.
Last lap, keep pushing.
It was crazy though. I remember when after that friend had got shot and killed at a party, because I was all like, I made a video. I'm definitely gonna keep on Twitter, see, go live. All right, cool, chill. The truck in the snow. I feel like this would be a good. It seemed like it'd be slippery. I just wouldn't even drive in the snow. Period. Snow is just not a thing to drive in, but no, that's what I was saying. I was like, I remember back when my friend had got shot and killed at a party, and I made a video talking about it, and that's when all like that hate on YouTube had started. It was crazy because it was like did you guys even watch what this video was? Like, it had absolutely nothing to do with, you know, the drama. I'm making a video just to overall warn people the dangers of going to a party and trying to, like, you know, kind of just tell y'all my state of mind right now at that time being. It's like, you know, just losing a friend. And they just rated the video with dislikes. And it's funny how they was like, they always got me saying like, oh, you need to apologize, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, you guys was disliking videos that had absolutely nothing to do with the drama and try to spread all this like hate and negativity towards it. I'm like, the day I apologize to you guys is the day where it's like I've went like mentally insane.
Cars inside, outside.
But yeah, Obug, I definitely do not recommend driving in the snow. I can tell you right now, like when it snows out here in Washington, you're bound to see at least like 4+ cars like outside trapped somewhere. I don't know, like every time when it snowed out here, I've always seen the car stuck somewhere, and I'm like, you like I want to like talk to them and be all like, you wasn't here last time when it snowed, huh? Like, you didn't see the cars up and down the street stuck on curbs and things. Like, I'll never forget when I seen this this person. I'm like, okay, out of all cars, you decide to take that out in the snow. But it was a Mustang. It was I think it was a '05 Mustang. And dude broke his axle. The wheel was literally bent underneath the car because it slid into this like curb. And it just tore that Mustang up, and I was like, dang, bruh. I think I still remember the area where it happened at, too. I think they might kind of got, like, that, like curb thing. I don't know what they call it, but it's like, they kind of have it, like, on side of roads and stuff. Why, I don't know, but I'm like, yeah, mess that guy. I don't know if it's, like, supposed to, like, block, because it doesn't, like, lead into a sidewalk, but it kind of, like, leaves an area where like a sidewalk should be at, but it's like this curb that kind of sticks out the ground a little bit. But yeah, that person in that Mustang hit that, broke their axle, wheels just all underneath that car. I was like, man, that's so messed. And it was such a nice Mustang too. Like '05 Mustangs was like, they're really nice when they came out.
Last lap, bring it on.
Don't crash. That wasn't that major.
You should be happy with that. It's a job well done.
It's like Mexico seemed like one of those like chill places to be at. But it's like every time when people like talk about Mexico, they're all like, oh, there's like certain areas you gotta like make sure you don't go to. I'm like, I get that, I understand, but it's like, what are these areas? Like, nobody tells me these areas and stuff, so that's why I'm like, Mexico would be a place where I'm just gonna observe it, you know, from videos and all that stuff. But I personally will not go out there because I don't know what parts to avoid. Nobody tells me those things.
Green, go, go, go.
But I was like, I heard you could take like a small amount of money out there and be good for like 2-3 weeks. I'm just saying, if they got a Foot Locker out there, that'd be crazy. It's like go out there, Foot Locker. They out there selling Jordans for like $20 and stuff. I'll go in there and go crazy. I wonder what race. I gotta do those races again. I think that was like them like Joker lap races. I was doing one of those races the other day and the car, not my car, but it was another car in the game, and their wheel came off, and I was like, I would be so upset. Be racing, your wheel just come off, and it's like, well, I had been like, nah, I'm retiring from this event. I'm not going to, I ain't gonna continue on. If wheels is gonna be coming off and things, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
This is your last lap.
Dang, this car is dirty. My character's suit is still blue. That was a solid race.
Nice one. You're through to the A final.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day with this stream though. It's like I will come back to that later on tonight. See, then I gotta rate my good old friend Addy. Who's that rolling loud? Who's that performing? It'd be dope to be an artist and be up on stage performing and stuff. I'll do it. But make sure y'all go follow my good friend Addy. She is currently streaming Valorant right now. Is she streaming Valorant? Yeah, she's streaming Valorant. Alright. I gotta wait for this ad to play through. What game is this? Bro, this ain't no video game. This is freaking DoorDash commercial. That's crazy. Wow. Alright, but yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Peace.